Builders in the Void. A story by user DrunkRobot97. Chapter 5. The New Kid. For Marcella, school seemed pretty alright so far. It was weird being surrounded by aliens, but isn't that a good thing? They're aliens. That's cool. She was 8 Earth years old. She had spent a few years in an all-human school on her birth station, but her mother found a better job here on a neutral zone mining outpost. The two of them couldn't live on the old salary, so leaving wasn't really a choice. The outpost wasn't that bad. It was near habitable, most species only needing an oxygen mask to walk outside. Marcella once asked her mother why the aliens didn't build more stuff on this planet, if planets like it were so rare. She replied that the aliens are wussies when it came to non-garden worlds, but she wasn't to tell any of them that, or she'd get in trouble. Marcella didn't like getting into trouble, so she stayed quiet. She didn't stay quiet in the lessons. They were so easy. Her mother always told her she was smart, but Marcella didn't believe her. After all, she was her mother. It was her job to tell her things like that. The school was pretty small. There weren't that many kids, 200 in all, Marcella being the only human. Everyone had a translator implant, so learning a language wasn't much bother, and her mother could still teach her Portuguese. Maths and science, however, was universal, so the same stuff could be taught to everybody. The teachers seemed friendly. Maiden Romhe, the maths teacher, was a little crazy but cool, and they seemed to like her at least a little. That was Mother's biggest worry. Humans weren't very liked by anybody, being new and all. Marcella wasn't worried, though. Surely all we have to do is talk to them and we could be friends, right? It was lunchtime now. Although the atmosphere outside was dangerous to breathe, the outpost was sealed under a big dome, so it was a shirt-sleeve environment, at least for most people. Marcella was sitting on a bench in the playground with her lunch. She raised her hands and started fiddling for the slot underneath her helmet. It was the worst thing about moving. She couldn't walk outside her house without having to put it on. She always worried about getting an itch somewhere, and naturally enough, she would get an itch somewhere. But it was designed to be lived in all day, and even at 8, she knew it inside and out. She found the slot and pushed the straw through the port. She picked up the can of nutrient paste beside her and latched the straw into the can's opening in its top. At no point did the paste inside make contact with the outside world. The paste wasn't so bad. It tasted like a chicken sandwich and felt like a milkshake. She would kill for the chance to actually eat a sandwich, though. "Hey, human!" Marcella turned to face who was calling for her. She saw a group of kids, all aliens, most Remlin and a few Ilomi, looking at her. Body language seemed to cross light years. The way they were looking at her reminded her of some bullies back at her old school, all mean and tough and ready to pick on somebody. "Why've you got to wear that? Is it 'cause you're ugly?" A Remlin, he seemed to be the leader, pointed at her, most likely talking about her suit. The rest of the group seemed amused at his statement. Marcella wasn't.
"No, I have to wear it because I'll get sick if I don't."
Mother told her that there were little things in the air on alien planets and they're not good for humans. She said she'll hear more about it when she was older. The leader retorted, "Nah, you're ugly. Dad said that, and Dad's never wrong." Marcella was starting to get angry at this boy. Mother told her to stay calm, ignore their insults, and tell an adult, so they can help her. Marcella forgot this advice. She felt like hurting somebody. And this guy, even if he was an alien, was still in punching range.
"What else does your dad have to say about me, huh? Because to me, he sounds like a moron."
Now it was the Remlin's turn to get angry. He took a step forward and pushed Marcella off her bench, knocking her onto the ground. While she was dazed, he yanked away her can of paste.
"Ew, you eat this stuff? You are weird."
Marcella quickly got back up again and noticed her lunch was gone. She tried to swipe it back, but the Remlin anticipated her and held it up in the air where she couldn't reach it.
Give it! Give it back!"
"Nuh-uh, you have to get it yourself." At this point, the rest of the group was throwing jeers at her, discouraging her. She tried reaching for the can, but the Remlin had at least another head in height above her. It was simple. She couldn't reach the can. but she could reach his face. Balling her fist, she let the adrenaline flow into her muscles and took the biggest swing she could manage at his chin. The hit came as a total surprise to the Remlin, and he was, to use a phrase, knocked on his ass. The can fell to the ground and she strolled over to pick it up. She felt very good about herself. The entire group was silently looking at her, amazed at what she'd done. Marcella! Everyone turned to see the playground monitor, an Elomi with a face that could kill glaring directly at the human girl. What happened here? She rushed over to the downed Remlin, already bruising from the punch. She walked up to him and punched him, cried a member of the group, pointing towards Marcella. Soon everyone was blaming her for the whole thing. No, that's not true. I was just... Don't make excuses, Marcella. Could you not wait one day before causing trouble? I'll be having a word with the teachers and your parents. You can say sorry to Sansis when he's better. There was one other thing the monitor said, but she meant to only say it to herself. Marcella heard it, however, and it hurt far more than either the insults from the Remlin or getting pushed to the ground. Humans. Vile creatures. The whole lot of them. Nobody could see it, but behind her visor, she was crying. Marcella jolted awake, her personal first contact. She didn't dream about that day for a long time. School wasn't that bad, she thought. Sansis could always be relied upon to be an asshole, but he never targeted her specifically after that. He was one of the non-humans that you had to befriend by punching them first. That was one of the reasons she joined the fleets when she was old enough. She loved aliens. But there were some that you couldn't negotiate with, or reason with. They were the Sansises of the galaxy. Once you prove to them that you're not the defenseless weakling they thought you were, they can actually be rather friendly. You awake? Bad dream. Marcella turned to see Tixir lying beside her. Getting her immune system adapted to her enough so that they can share a bed was a total bitch, but it was worth it. Yeah, but luckily I have a big bad dinosaur to protect me. It took Tixir a few seconds to make the mental connections, but she had a quick chuckle when she did. In that case, rawr. The two held each other tighter, and both drifted back into sleep. Punching the galaxy into friendship can wait, Marcella thought. She was on leave, and she was going to enjoy it. All right, guys, thank you so much for being here with me today. I really appreciate you. This is a good one. I like Builders in the Void. I'm just going to record all of them today. Yay! Actually, I'm already on the fourth one. What the fucking one is this? 2, 3, 4, 5. This was the fifth one. Then it's Red Cross, which is a really good one. Yuri and Stell, Falling, A Minor Error, Long Mariod. No idea. An Old Tale, Shoulders of Giants, The Galactic Cafe, and The Slow Chase. And that's the peace arc done. Then we'll do the war arc. All right, guys. I would love to know what your guys' like family traditions are around the holidays. What's everybody's like biggest thing? Does everybody get together? Are you guys excited about that this year since we all can kind of do that again, it's looking like? Yeah, guys. I love you. Be good. Or don't. I'm not a cop. I won't pull you over. Bye, y'all.